as we are getting Game 6 started between Hasu and Rough. Terran versus Protoss. Red versus green. I guess a homage to Christmas colors this time around, as the loading screen is now up.
And it'll be interesting to see if we have near air positions. That's going to open up Rough once again to try some crazy airplay if he chooses to. And Hasu, we've seen him a few times here, as we do have him spawning as the green Protoss in the southern position, and Rough as the red Terran in the northern position. So we will be cross positions here, very macro-oriented positions, and we'll see whether Rough allows it to get to that, or whether he has a one base timing or a some sort of cheese here to take down Hasu.
Yeah, now Metalopolis is one of those maps on the MLG version where you are going to be forced to cross spawn. So we could see perhaps Rough trying to do a little bit of a proxy Rax, or we could also see Hasu do a proxy Pylon. But no, that is not going to be the case. A Pylon now being built inside his own base. Gateway has to be built within that little Pylon power radius. So it looks like Hasu going to be opening up with pretty standard play. Meanwhile, Rough opening up with a supply depot near his front door. It looks like he is going to be trying to do a wall-in. And normally with a wall-in, it does mean that you have a little bit more of a vulnerable strategy during the early portion of the game. And we'll see what Rough hides behind this wall-in.
Yeah, Hasu opening up with the Pylon, where he could try to protect his tech if he's able to get down a Zealot or a Stalker at the top of that ramp. Rough is sending that early SCV though, so he will be able to get into the base of Hasu, see exactly what's going on, and there's not too much you can see, any sort of variant at the very start of a TPP if you're able to get into the Protoss base. Maybe the timing of the gateway, obviously is just going to go gateway into cybernetics, and then the second gas is going to be a big indicator as well. But Hasu going to be here a little bit early as he checks that near air position, and he's going to find his opponent in the south here, perhaps doing a little bit of harassment with that SCV once it gets here. And Hasu has yet to send out a scout.
Well, actually, Hasu has sent out a scout, and it's already scouted out the close air positions, activating that Xel'Naga watchtower first. And now you see the SCV coming along the inside. He does see one gas currently up and running, and it looks like the Cybernetics Core are going to be coming in. And based upon the building positions, I really think that Rough will not be able to use the Hellions as much as he likes. You can see that the Cybernetics Core being placed down in a way where the Hellions are not going to be able to drive in and out around very easily at all. We are already getting up a gas up and running, so Rough should be able to add on or build a factory, as Hasu quickly placing down a pylon in order to block any sort of add-on build right there. It looks like it is going to be lifted off and then landed back down. The probe now trying to make its way over, and I'm not sure if Hasu... No, Hasu did not spot that factory, and that is very, very important.
Yeah, he does know that the barracks did lift off there to create some sort of add-on. We'll see whether he got a glimpse of the add-on. He did not right before he canceled that pylon. So that is sort of the trick that we're seeing become a little bit more popular. Trying to delay that add-on. You know that the one Marine will be popping out, but you want to make sure that you delay that reactor. And it looks like the reactor is still going to finish up about the same time as that factory, so it's not going to really impact Rough's build here. And he's going to have fast Hellions coming out from this reactored factory.
Yeah, but this is not going to be the blue flame Hellion variation that we saw against either Terran or Zerg earlier. And also a little bit of a gas block here by Rough. Rough coming in, placing down a refinery, and then simply leaving it there. So he's going to know when his opponent tries to go for, or tries to clear up that gas. We can see that the Stalker is now here, attempting to destroy that refinery. The refinery down to 8 hit points, was canceled in time, salvaging, I believe, 50 minerals, or around that amount, as now 2 Hellions and a Marine trying to fight back and hold off against this very, this just cautionary force coming in from Hasu.
Yeah, I like this aggression from Hasu. He's able to see the Hellions a little bit earlier here, so he will be getting out a few more units to help deal with those back at home. He is placing down that pylon, and he's got a wall off with a Stalker and a probe here. So the first 2 Hellions for Rough possibly going to have a difficult time making it into the base of Hasu, and definitely like pushing that front door from the Protoss player. And now with these 2 Stalkers here, I don't think these Hellions are going to do much at all.
No, not at all. The Stalker now getting in position, making sure that they're going to be able to save that one probe and now destroy that one Hellion. So Hasu able to fend off this early aggression, and now we'll see what exactly Ruff tries to transition into, as he already has revealed some early Hellions and knows that he's not going to get very much mileage out of them. You can see barracks now being placed down, another reactor. So it looks like standard Marine Marauder play now, as the starport is being built very close by to that factory.
Yeah, Ruff adding a lot of production facilities, as he is adding the starport as well as 3 racks. So I think it was interesting in that interview, sort of Ruff's mindset, where he said he meets a lot of what he might call subpar players on the ladder. Players that might go for more standard rush builds, like a 4-gate or a 3-gate robo with a push and not expand. So he's really adapted his play to be able to defend against that. And that means that there aren't as many fast expansions and a lot more tech and production structure set up at the very start. And that can be a little bit risky if you're not able to stay up on your economy compared to your opponent. But so far it has not really done too bad for Ruff, as he has won, I think, 5 games straight now.
Yeah, he has won 5 games straight, currently calling in mules. He's sitting behind 26 SCVs, soon to be 27. But Hasu does have an additional Nexus setup, and he hasn't really lost that many probes. But I am curious as to why Hasu is not sitting on a much larger probe count. He does have another base already up. He should be able to double train up probes and get up a very, very strong economy here. As you can now see the robotics bay being warped in, and now we should be perhaps seeing some Colossi added, and now it looks like a Marine drop will be coming into play, as well as a Hellion catching a Stalker. Catching a Stalker going up that Xel'Naga watchtower. So it looks like the Marine drop will be able to drop in and pretty much deal a lot of damage very early on.
Yeah, that Hellion was at the tower and was holding it there. The medevacs were coming through the midfield, and the Hellion saw the Stalkers coming, so Ruff diverted the medevacs to a better position so they wouldn't be spotted once the Stalker did take that tower. And so this drop is going to be completely by surprise. Stim has finished, Stim going up. Medevac doing work, healing up these Marines, and right now just sort of barreling through the army of Hasu, doing a nice job kiting as well. And Hasu focusing down one of the medevacs, but I'm not sure if that was a smart idea, as the Marines here doing huge amounts of damage, and this might be a GG, as there's not a lot out here for Hasu as the Marines go to work on the Nexus.
Yeah, the sentries are warping in. Zealots now coming in as well. There's a lot of chrono boost to be used. Marines are now just pulling back and forth, trying to maximize their damage, and doing so, you can still see a group of 7 Marines shutting down many of those Stalkers. Perhaps another probe. Once again, another Stalker getting taken down. And one Stalker is finally left. Another Stim now being used once more. Another round of cooldowns coming in. And the medevac, which is finally out of energy, looks like this drop will be stopped, but not before killing 8 workers and really crippling Hasu's mining at his main base.
Yeah, Hasu just has 1 Zealot and 1 Stalker. On the way is Colossus, so I think he's going to rely on that to try to defend here as Ruff pushes across the midfield with the remainder of his army. This Nexus will go down. I'm sure these 5 Marines will be cleaned up here by the Zealots, but no, a pickup by Ruff and just 1 Stalker, so he will be able to save both the medevacs and these Marines.
Yeah, a new group of Marines now making their way out. We can see 3 medevacs in the front in addition to those Marines. Those Marines are going to simply stim in and try to maximize their damage once more. There you go. The Marines are upgraded 1-0, as we mentioned earlier. And we are also seeing a Ghost Academy coming online. So we also have an expansion coming in as the probes now doing the walk of shame. And now finally a Colossus coming out to engage. The Colossus should be able to perhaps shut down many of these Marines, but 16 Marines is his only weakness. How did you know? And I believe that is a sign of a GG. There you go. The Marines now finishing up the rest of the probes, and Ruff 1 kill away from a true all-kill here on Wednesday Night StarCraft.